Hello and welcome. This is Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is day 14 of the Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar. Every day for the first 24 days of December, I'm opening up one of the windows from this fun Advent calendar, showing you what's inside and creating something with it. So today we have another die set, this adorable little worm or snake, plus a branch, a leaf, and some raindrop. All of the die sets so far have been just so adorable in this calendar. I did all of my die cutting off screen using a bunch of cardstock scraps. So I have the branch and the leaves die cut out of some rainforest cardstock. The worm or snake is die cut out of some wildberry cardstock. I have silver cardstock for the raindrops. I thought I would give them a nice metallic touch. And then blush cardstock for the cheeks and black for the irises, white for the part behind the pupils. To add just a little bit of extra shimmer, I'm using some interference inks to ink blend on the leaves. So I used some Summer Garden there, and then I'm using some fruit salad interference ink to ink blend on the worm or snake. Now, the nice thing about interference inks is they have two properties to them: a color that shows up on white or light cardstock and an interference that shows up on black or dark cardstock. We're getting kind of a happy medium of both because we're getting a little bit of the ink showing up on the medium tones of cardstock here, but when you tilt them into the light, you see the shimmer from the interference, and it just complements both of them and just adds an interesting and unexpected factor to those die cuts. So after doing that ink blending, the ink dries really, really quickly, so you really don't have to wait for it to dry. I can start to assemble my little worm or snake guy. Clearly, I can't decide if he's a worm or a snake, so I'm going to call him a worm or snake guy for the whole part of this video. Really easy to put together. First, I put the white piece behind the head for the white parts of the eye, then added the head to the body, and then added the irises. You can see that I put the irises on wrong way first. I put them horizontally and then realized they should be vertical. And then finally add the little cheek pieces. Those pieces are so tiny, I just put dots of the Barely Art glue where they're supposed to go, and then use my jewel picker to put those pieces in place. Now, when you die cut these die cuts, there's little lines that get put onto the body, and I figured I would highlight them. So I'm using a black Posca marker just to draw right in those line indents, and it just adds a nice feature, just adds some extra detail to this guy here. So with him done, I can put him aside and I can emboss my background. So I'm using the Lush Leaves embossing folder. I thought it tied in nicely to the leaf die cuts in this set. I'm using the stacking for using a 3D embossing folder, and I'm just embossing some Hammermill cardstock. I put a quarter sheet in my embossing folder, and once that texture is pushed into that cardstock, I will trim it down using my guillotine trimmer. So I always trim my cardstock down after I have done embossing it, unless I'm die cutting a special shape. Then obviously it's not possible to die cut it afterwards because you would lose all of the texture from embossing. But that way, if by chance the embossing skews the measurements of the cardstock, I don't have to worry about it because I trim it down afterwards. To make that detail in that embossed background show up just a little bit more, I'm using some Shabby Shutters Distress ink. I have my piece on my sticky mat to hold it in place, and I'm ink blending it with a large blending brush, being heavier around the outside edges, lighter towards the inside, but it really brings out the detail from the leaves. And by ink blending it, you get a bit of color variation, which in my personal opinion looks a little bit more interesting. If you want a solid color, you could just use solid cardstock. So the nice thing with ink blending is you can get some variation in the ink color. For my mat, I am using some wildberry cardstock, so that is trimmed to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. My embossed piece was trimmed down to 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. So you'll see a little bit of that wildberry around it, and that's the same cardstock color that the snake worm little guy was die cut from, so they're going to coordinate nicely. When I glue everything together, I like to use an acrylic block to hold everything down nice and flat. The nice thing too is then you can put your design on top of that acrylic block just to make sure it's going to look like you want it to on your background. And then when you move the acrylic block to start putting those pieces down, you have your design left on there so you don't have to remember exactly where you put everything. So I glued my little worm snake guy down first, then the branch, and then the leaves. I die cut 2 leaves because I thought it would look interesting to have more than one. You could do as many or as few as you want. And then finally, I'm going to add those raindrops. They're done, or they're die cut out of some matte silver cardstock from the Silver Treasured cardstock pack. It gives it a little silver metallic to it, but I'm going to add some glossy dimension once I'm done gluing everything down. So I just put a little dots of that Barely Art glue where I want those raindrops to go, and then just place them in place with my fingers. You could use that jewel picker to put them down, but these pieces are a little bit bigger than the tiny little die cuts for the cheeks, so it's just a little bit easier to just use your fingers. For that glossy dimension, I'm using some glossy accents. I'm going to put it on the raindrops, and I'm also going to put it on the eyes of the snake. That's going to give those eyes some glossy dimension as well. When you first apply it, it has a bit of a milky look to it, but it dries completely clear and glossy and domed. So it just adds some fun texture to those raindrops as well as the eyes. And for the amount that I used here, I probably would let it dry for about an hour, especially the amount on the eyes, because that was a lot more. But it just gives so much more dimension. This is such a cute little guy, and I absolutely loved creating this card with him. It was so fun to do. Thank you so much for joining me for day 14. I will be back again tomorrow. We'll find out what's in day 15 and we'll create something with it. I'll see you then.